Otzrot Hayim, Shiur number 6. I just want to point out to you guys over here that are for the 6th Shiur, many have already fallen off. You guys remember the first Shiur was a packed house. And I want to say that Chizku ve'imtzu, it only gets harder from now on. What we learned till today was child's play. Seriously. And I just want to say, not only did many people fall off from the live shiur, that means right now, but also the views online took like a skydive. Because this limud, we're not learning it on the outside. Like this isn't some kind of like lahavdil, chas v'shalom, some cult, God forbid, like those Kabbalah centers. Lo alinu lo am Yisrael, shemot shel roshaim yirkavun. This is the real limud. This is the world limud of Atzilut, the world of Atzilut. I mean, we haven't even touched what Atzilut is. We're still in Ak. So I hope you guys are dipping in the mikvah, at least trying after the appropriate times, and you guys are doing teshuvah every day. Teshuvah is very important, and never to give up. That means you do an avera, never give up. You did it. Udru. That means next page. Every second is the next page. Yeah. So we're starting chapter 2 today. Shartanta. We ended off last week. Remember, guys, we're all working inside the halal. What's the halal?
The void.
The void. This illusionary speck in the middle. That seemed where God made his tzimtzum very good. His constriction, where his light is in an unrevealed state. His Or Ein Sof. It's in our job, obviously, is to reveal that light. And we said there's two forces inside this world. The first one, which we don't deal with, because the Zohar doesn't talk about it, it's not our job as men, is the Igulim, the circular worlds, we said, and there's 10 circles for every world. Right? Keter, Chochma, Bina, Chesed, Givura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. Of the first partsuf, which is of Arich, right? There's 10 Sefirot of Arich, 10 Sefirot of Abba, 10 Sefirot of Ima, and equally all in circles. Circles. That means they're in a circular motion, right? Like our planets, right? Our planets are circular, right? These are igulim, correct?
There's a system inside.
Yeah, inside, but they're in a system inside it. That means inside the earth there's crust within a crust. This is all a materialization.
Basically a level to a level.
Right, but they're all in a circular motion. And then in the middle of all of this, as if breaking through all of these circles, all these Olam HaIgulim, which we don't talk about, is Olam HaYosher. What's the difference? It's in a straight line, correct? So you have Keter at the top. Then you have Chochma, Bina, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. They're in a straight motion, and obviously inside of them is the Kav. You guys remember the Kav, right? Mm-hmm. The Kav is the straight line from where the Or Ein Sof gives life. Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, gives life through this Kav to all the Olamot. Okay? And the first world that we're going to talk about is the world, we said, called Adam Kadmon. We're not allowed to say his name. Ak, we say. And if you hear anybody saying the name, don't take offense. Some people say, some people don't. We try not to because we're not the greatest tzaddikim over here. So we don't want to move what we're not supposed to move at the time that we're not supposed to move it. Okay? So this first world of 10 Sefirot is called Olam, the world of Ak. Right? Ak. It's the first world. First one. From Ak will come out like rays of a sun. From the actual sun, all the other worlds. Atzilut, Bria, Yitzira, and Asiya. Okay? But Ak is the Shoresh. What's the Shoresh, Gavriel? Gavriel, what's the Shoresh? The root. Right? He's the Lahavdil, the tree. And all the worlds are just the branches that protrude from Ak. Or another mashal would be they're the rays of sun that come out from the sun. Lahavdil, obviously. Lahavdil. In Ak, since it's such a high supernal world, if you would take the name of God, Yud, then K, Vav, and then K, Yud will be corresponding the world of Atzilut. The K would be Bria. Vav is Yetzira, and the last Hey would be Asiya. Where is Ak?
All of them.
Ak, actually, if you look at the letter Yud, it has something very interesting. It has a kotz. You see this kotz?
Crown.
The crown on the top? That's Ak, in God's name. It's such a high world, it doesn't even get a letter.
But you said from Ak you get all these.
That's true, you're right, 100%. But if you would see it as its own thing, as its own, not as a thing, as a world that is inside the other ones, you're right, 100%. But if you would see it as its own thing, it only gets a kotz. What's a kotz? The crown of the letter Yud. That's how the hint is dak shebedakim of Ak. Okay? Now, this Sha'ar, it's such a high world, we don't even call Ak. Let's say, now I'm going to draw Ak like this. Okay? Let's say this is the beginning of Ak. Think of it as a tree. The body of a tree. Lahavdil elef havdalut. Okay? Now, when I look at Ak, I can't look at him in Sfirot. Keter chokhmah bina. It has Sfirot. I can't do that. Why can't I do that? It's such a high world, I'm not allowed to talk about Ak in terms of Sefirot. We talk about Ak in terms of Shemot, names of God. And those names correspond to the 4 aspects of the alphabet. Because the whole Torah, all of Judaism, is inside the alphabet. Alphabeta. Right? Rabbi Akiva wrote a book called Otiyot, the Rabbi Akiva, which is all about the Aleph Bet. Aleph Bet is the key and the code, Gabriel, of the human mind, soul, machshava, dibur, masa, everything. Okay, John? Now, when we have an Aleph Bet, give me a letter. Give me a different one.
Gimel.
Let's take Gimel. Gimilut Chasadim. Okay? Gimel.
That's a nice letter.
I like that letter, right? The letter Gimel. What is this called in Hebrew? A letter, right? Hey, what a coincidence. Not. Okay. Letter Gimel is what? It's a letter, right? In Hebrew, how do you say letter, guys? Ot. Very nice. Ot. Now, if I look at the letter Gimel like this, does it make a sound? It doesn't make a sound. I need a vowel. What are those called? Nikudot. Give me a nikuda. Pat. He said it first. Okay? Patach. Patach. What sound does it make now? Ga. Before it was just a gimel. It had no life to it. The nikudot, you see the nikuda? It gives the gimel life. Now I could move him. If you ever look inside a Sefer Torah, what's on top of a gimel?
A little thing, crown.
3 crowns.
The design.
Yeah? Zainin or Tagin. Those are called in Hebrew what? Tag.
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 What's the root?
Crowns. Ktarim. They're crowns. It says when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Shamayim, he saw that God was tying crowns to the letters. But there is something else, Gabriel,
Sounds.
that's higher than all of this.
Samim.
Ta'amim. What are those? The cantillations. That's what the guy who reads the Torah does. Like this. For example, you have Sof Pasuk, the end of a Pasuk. Like Ga. But Ga, I gave him not just life. I made him into a world of its own. I gave him an emotion. He's not just a letter without a purpose. Now he's a letter with a purpose. So that's, let's say, the end of a pasuk. It's the sof pasuk, right? Those are called ta'amim. How many parts do I have? That means I have 4 parts. They're called ta'amim, nikudot, tagin, and otiyot. That means all the secret of Judaism is in our language. Next time you want to read in Russian or in English, think twice. Okay? In Hebrew, in abbreviation, we call it in short, Tanta. Tanta. What's Tanta? Tet is Ta'amim. Nun is what? Nikudot. Taf is Tagim. Aleph is Otiyot, the actual letter. So what's Ta'amim again? The cantillations. Nikudot is the vowels. Tagin is what? The crowns. Otiyot is what? The letters. Think about it like this. You have the human body. That's the ot. That's the letter.
Okay.
You have the neshama inside. What's the neshama? The nikudot. You have your clothes in your kippah. That's your tagin. And what is the ta'amim over here? Ta'amim would be, what's your purpose in life?
Mission.
So every human being over here is what basically, Gabriel?
A mission.
What is it? It's the Aleph Bet. Okay? Now, how do you know what your mission is? Usually the first letter of your name is usually very connected to your mission. For example, Gabriel, what's the first letter of your name? Gimel. Gimel is Gomle Chasadim. You have to be a person that does chesed.
Aleph.
Okay? Aleph is a person that has to reveal godliness in the world. Right? And Yud, for example, is a person who has to work on being humble. Alright? Let's not go through the whole alphabet over here, right? Reish is Rosh. That means you have to work on trying to take control. Take control of yourself. Take control. Rosh. Dalet is a tough one. By the way. Dalet, you have to give a lot of tzedakah. You have to learn how to open up your hands. That's Dalet. Yeah. Dalet. Yeah. Tzaddik is a person who has to be shomer his brit. Shin is a person who has to relax his fire. From the word ish. You understand? It's a lot of interesting stuff in a human being's letters, in his name. It's not now, for example, let's say a person's name is Shalom. What's the first vowel of his name? Sha'a. Kamatz. So we're going to learn what every vowel represents. Alright? For example, let's take example. Person's first name is Gavriel, right? Gavriel, what's the first vowel of his name? Also, Kamatz. Kamatz represents what? Keter. It's Patach or Kamatz? Patach. Patach is Chokhmah. What's Chokhmah? Wisdom. That means you have to impart your wisdom Lezulat. Saying, Gabriel, you gotta, that's why, who taught Yosef HaTzadik the 70 language? Malach Gabriel. Could you imagine one day he wakes up, this guy is speaking Swahili over here. He's like speaking 70 languages.
Chinese.
Yeah. Now, these 4 parts, Ta'amim, Nikudot, Tagin, Otiyot, also represent the 4 aspects of God's name. Pardon me. Meaning,
I'm still using you.
yeah, Tanta. We're still using Tanta. Tet is Ta'amim, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So Tet would be the first letter of God's name. What is that? Yud. That's the highest level. It's your mission in life. The Nun would be Nikudot. That would be the K. Tagin is what? Vav. Aleph, the Otiyot is what? The last? Hey. Now, sometimes I could write out God's name. That's called Milui. Milui. And I'm not breaking it down, I'm actually filling it up.
Yeah, like we put
Yeah, let's give for example. The first name, let's say God's name, Yud K Vav K, right? Yud, then K, then Vav, then K, right? I could write it out. How? The letter Yud, if I actually say Yud, How do you spell Yud? Yud, Vav, Dalet. Hey, 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 and a Yud. Vav, Vav, Yud, Vav. Hey.
Same.
Again, now let's take the numerical value. Yud is 10, 6 and 4 is 10. 10 and 10 is 20.
72.
72 altogether. Very nice. You come to my Mincha Shabbat Shiurim, I see. That's 72, right? Now, I could change it also. How? I could do Yud K. Now, instead of doing Vav with a Yud in the middle, I'll say Vav with an Aleph in the middle, right? I could spell Vav in 3 different ways. I could spell it Vav Yud Vav, 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 Vav Aleph, or Vav. There's 2 Vavs. So if I put the Aleph in the middle,
63.
it's going to be now 63. This name is called Ab. This name is called Sag. Now,
What's the difference?
it's a less numeric. This is, we're going to learn.
That's the high.
Yeah. 72 obviously is the highest. Then the next world. Yud always stays the same because I can't spell it different ways. Right? The
Hey.
Tamim always. Now, hey, I'll say hey. 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 Hey Aleph. Hey Aleph, right? Hey Aleph. This stays Vav, and this hey also becomes hey. Hey Aleph. Now what's going to be the numerical value?
45.
45. Adam. Or we say in short, Shem Ma. Ma, what am I? What is man? What is man?
Amazing.
It's nothing.
He's a seller.
Right?
Amazing. I wish I could give you my thing, but I think then I
Okay, what's the last way of writing? Instead of writing he, I could also write he. He.
Hey, hey.
2 he's, right? He. Right?
You know the other hey, Baba, hey.
Now, the vav, I could do vav, just 2 vavs. And the last one again, the last hey is 2 heys. Right? So 20 plus 10 plus another 10 and plus 12.
42, 52.
Altogether 52.
Ben.
Shem Ben. Not how some people say Ban. One day you guys are going to be big Mekubalim, Bezrat Hashem, praying with Kavanat HaRashash. So you're going to go to Williamsburg and Israel, and people are going to say Shem Ban. What is Ban?
Ban Gibson.
Shem Ben. You don't say Shem Ban. What is this? Shem Ben. Okay? That's how you say it. So altogether you have Ab, Gavriel, Sag. This is the Olam Haba right here. This is all the Shefa, right? The Gavriel.
Not the spread.
Gavriel. This is the Shefa. Ab, Sag, Ma, and Ben.
Sag is with the Gimel.
Yeah, 63.
Not the Persian side. The side.
Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben. All together, Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben. We just say in short, Asmab. In short, the first 4 letters. How you say?
As.
Everybody together. Asmab. Asmab. You have to dream about these. That means these 4 names of God make up your life. You understand? You have nothing to think of?
Asnab.
Think of this. Hashem, we thought you fell off the wagon over here.
He had to do something.
PT. Okay.
He was like,
So you have again, guys. Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben. What's the highest of all the names? Ab, obviously, 72. Shkoyach. Next name is what?
Sag.
Sag. What's the next name? Ma. What's the next name? Ben. Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben, Daniel. What's the difference? In the Ab, I filled out all of God's names with Yuds, right? Yud, K, Vav, K, everything was Yud, 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 Yud. In the second one, I changed a little bit.
Aleph.
I just put an Aleph in the Vav.
In the
In the Vav. That's like the woman, the Shem Sag is connected the world called Ima.
Okay.
Now in Ima, what does she do? She has a baby. The baby, Zachar, is always an Aleph. Right? So it represents the world of Ima as she's impregnated from Abba, and she gives birth to the world of Ma. Ma.
You.
And what is Ma has the numerical value? Adam. What's Adam? Right? That's why Adam Harishon was called Adam. This is why he was called Adam. Because he was connected Shema, 45. Adam Harishon was supposed to be a very humble human being. He messed up big time, but El Nora Alila. And the last world is Ben. Gavriel. What's Ben? That's Keneged the Shechina, Rachel Imenu. When you're crying at midnight, you're supposed to cry for this name. This is the name, every time you sin, it gets inside the klipa.
Is the Leah part of that?
There is. The Leah is going to be the Milui of Shema. Keneged Chava. Leah is Keneged Chava. Okay? Rabotai. Did you guys get it? Ab. Sag. Ma. Ben. This is your mission in life. To think of these 4 names and figure out which one of these 4 names you come from. Gabriel.
Every combination is a different.
There's many combinations, but these are the 4 fathers.
Right. But I'm saying these are different attributes of God.
Yes.
The world, not attributes.
These worlds are connected attributes. Now I'm going to explain it to you. Ab. Gabriel. Abraham. Ab is corresponding the letter Yud of God's name. Also. Ab. Yeah, 72. Sag corresponds the letter Hey of God's name. Shema, Rabbi Baruch, is Keneged a letter Vav of God's name. Shem Ben is Keneged corresponding the last Hey. You see? There's 4, right? Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben. They correspond to Yud, K, Vav, K. We're not done. We have more correspondings. The first letter of God's name is corresponding to the Sphira of the Sphira
Crown.
of Keter and Chokhmah. The Tag, right? The Tag. Remember the head of the Yud? The Tag. The Kots. The Tag over here, you see the Tag? Sofrim have to be very careful. Sometimes they make it too big and it looks like what? A lamed.
Yeah.
And they make it pasul, chas v'shalom. So this Tag, right, on the top, Kots, the Kots, that's Keter. The actual Yud is what? Chokhmah.
So it has 2 parts to it.
Yes. The smaller you are, the greater you are. Yeah, I'm serious. That's what we say. That's what we say in Kabbalah. Hapashut hu baketer. The simpler the simpler you see a guy in the street, the higher his stature is in Shamayim. We have a very misconstrued way of looking at this world. We think, this guy, he has 10 tikafil at a stadium. He's a giant. Torah was Moshe didn't even know how to speak. He never spoke. He was stuttering. You ever hear a guy stutter? He can't get a word out. That's Moshe. Could you imagine in all of our imaginations of Moshe Rabbeinu, he was a stutterer? That proves Judaism so beautiful. He was the most uncharismatic person in the world. He's the opposite of charisma. What can you do? That's why God gave him a little knitch in the mouth. Okay? Now, Sag is what? Bina.
Sag is what?
Bina, the world of Bina. Bina.
So the first one is
Chokhmah.
and
Bina.
no, the first one is just Chokhmah.
Yeah. Second one is
Bina.
Bina. Ma, which is Keneged Vav Shem Havaya, is Keneged Vak. What's Vak? Guys, remember this. I'm not going to say it a million times. Vak is abbreviation for Vav Ketzavot. The 6 Sfirot. Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. Yesod. How many is that? 6. So if I don't want to spell them all out, what do I just say? Vak. You got it, Eliyahu? Vak. From Chesed until Yesod. You with me?
When I stay focused, it's not even the hard part yet.
Now the last name, this is our favorite, this is our Ima. This is where our souls come from. Is the world of Ben, which is the last Hey, and it's also connected the Sphira of Pinti Sphira of Malchut. Kol hakavod. Malchut. This is the Sphira that goes down every midnight into the Klippa. This is the Sphira, Malchut. She goes down, God sends, it's also called the Shekhinah, goes down every midnight to collect sparks. Every night we'll be collecting sparks. Corresponding to how many mitzvot we do that day, it's a very big sha'ar in Etz Chaim. It's called Sha'ar Tzelem.
What's 40? What was it?
45?
Yeah, what you wrote?
Ma.
After Bina.
This is the letter
After
Vav.
Bina.
Vak. Vak.
The
It's
six-
corresponding Vav Kitzavot. Vav Kitzavot. The 6 Sphirot. From Chesed, Givurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, Malchut. There's 6, right? They always come as a package deal.
So it would be the 6 first.
Yeah. Vav Kitzavot. Remember, Vav Kitzavot means the 6 sides. You guys are good? You guys are confused? You guys, I gotta ask questions.
No, we're
we're actually getting.
Okay. You're good? Understand? Gabriel, you understand?
Okay.
If not, I'm gonna repeat it just for you. Gabriel.
do it again.
No, yes, I wanna
Yeah?
hear
Okay, what's
Remember, the first letter is also the first letter of Gevurah. Gabriel Gevurah have to be full of Gevurah. Gevurot Tovot. It's Hakavinu. Now, I'm not done corresponding it. Now remember, any time in the Etz HaChaim, the Ari could jump from one thing to another, and you have to be always aware to what it could correspond to. That's the hard part. That's one of the hard parts. Chokhmah corresponds to a system too. Chokhmah corresponds to a system. That system corresponding to Chokhmah is the Partzuf. It's called a Partzuf. A system. A system. We call it a system. Called Abba. Bina corresponds to Ima. Vak corresponds to Za. Malchut corresponds to the Nok. We just went to one more step.
Yeah, what it's like.
No, it's no.
Bina is Ima.
What's the
Vak is Za.
Zak?
Za.
Oh, Zak. Z.
Yeah, Za. It's acronym for Ze'er Anpin.
Yeah, Zak. What is their name again?
Huh?
There's no name for
There is. Arich is the kots.
What's their mean?
Arich.
some
Arich.
a number.
A letter, you mean.
What is their opinion?
When Mashiach comes, he'll have one.
What is their opinion?
Huh?
Zak.
Ze'er Anpin is Vak.
What does it mean?
Va-
No, their opinion.
what does Ze'er Anpin mean? The small system. The small system. It's the only system, besides for Arich, which I didn't mention yet,
Yeah.
that has what we call Sa'arot Hazakan. Any person who doesn't have a beard cannot fully connect to this world.
Get out of
The
the
vessels. You know the vessels.
Get out.
You need the tubes, man.
Yeah, you need tubes,
We all have beards, no?
technically speaking.
What was the last one?
Nok. Nok. Huh?
What's the last
If you're Asian, I feel bad for you. Rabbi Yochanan didn't have a beard, by the way.
So how did you do?
Baba Sali?
He didn't need one. Baba Sali cried for ages, till the patches came out.
Yochanan didn't have a beard. He was one of the greatest, best looking men ever. No?
That's why he didn't have a beard.
Yeah, it's the opposite, isn't it? Doesn't the beauty sir?
He looked like a woman, the Gemara says.
Ah.
Like a woman. Are we, did I lose you guys?
No. Yeah, no.
Yes? Okay.
Malchut Mulk, right?
Now, I worked with you guys from the bottom up. Now let me do it all again from the top down. Guys, pay attention, because if you know this, you could follow in any Ben Ish Chai book. You could follow in any Rishit Chokhmah. You could follow in any... You could follow any shiur. If you know this tabla, this table very well, you could follow in any Kabbalistic shiur.
What do you mean by table? Like
This is a table. I can make this into a table.
It's like a process.
Yeah, this is called the Hishtalshilut. Now, I worked from the bottom up, now I'm going to work from the top down. Okay? Now, I want you guys to get this very strong, because next week I want you to guys come in ready. I'm going to spit out what's Keneged Shema, you tell me Vak, Za, that's it. Letter Vav of Shem Havaya. What's Malchut? Nok. Shem Ben.
Where did you get Shema from? Can I get Shema? What, you didn't-
Shema.
Oh, Shema. Oh.
Shema. Okay, now let me...
Smart, because you bring the Shema,
Yeah.
you just added 2 words in there.
Yeah, so what? Work with me.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, twisty.
Okay. Can I stand over here? It's good?
You can do whatever you want.
No? Okay, I'm gonna do it from here. Guys, pay attention, okay?
Listen, don't worry.
This is the halal, right? You got the calf straight in the middle giving life. Dak shel bedakim. Right?
Very small line.
We got the world of Ak. Ak has Ab, Sag, Ma, and Ben inside of him. Correct? Now let's get this straight. What is Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben? Let's take from the bottom up.
We're talking about
We're talking about Shem Ak.
the Kav. We're talking.
We said the Kav already. The Kav is inside Ak. Right? Ak has, it's broken down into 4 categories.
system.
Ab, Sag, Ma, and Ben.
36, 70,
Yeah.
52,
45,
72.
72, 63, 45, 52. Now you know my PIN code to my bank. I'm kidding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe we delete that from the video. Okay. So let's do like this. We have 4 letters of God's name, right?
Yeah.
Now let's do it better. There are 5 worlds. 5 worlds. Okay?
Shalom, can I ask you to go on the other side of the board?
He's thing, right? Well, I'm gonna do like this.
Actually, you know what? You can move it this way.
Better? Yeah. There's 5 worlds. Each world clothes the other one. It's a world within a world within a world within a world, but in straight. They're straight. They're not circular. They're straight, right? Like you're standing straight. You're corresponding that.
Basically, a cylinder inside a cylinder. You could say that.
You could say it like that. Yeah, cylinder is straight, right?
Right.
Okay. The Havdil. The first world is Ak. On top of Ak, surrounding it, clothing it like a clothing on top of it is Atzilut. That's the second world. Right? This is Ak. This is Atzilut. You with me?
Yes, this.
It's a world. Okay? On top of Atzilut, clothing it is what? Bria. On top of Bria, clothing it is Yetzirah. I'm drawing it from 2 ways because you have to think of it in 3D. It's like your clothes surround you, so to every olam is a clothing on top of clothing, right?
You look from the top, so like a circle.
So over here, Yetzirah. You have over here, Yetzirah. On top of Yetzirah, you have clothing it, Asiya. Okay?
Wait, what's after that salute?
So I'm going to read it to you in a second. Ak, Atzilut,
Right.
Bria, Yetzirah, Asiya. Good?
Okay, Bria and salute.
Yeah. Bria, Yetzirah, how are you working?
I have Atzilut,
Bria, Yetzirah,
Yitzira.
yeah, and Asiya. Inside of Ak, I have 5 systems. So there's 5 worlds,
5 systems.
5 system in every world.
So all this system has 5 systems in it.
Every world, every olam. Look, olam. Say olam. Olam
Hold
has 5 partsufim,
on.
5 parts.
5 systems. Let's call them. Let's do Ak, right?
Ak is in the middle, right?
Yeah. He has Arich. Arich. I don't want to make it too confusing. Let's do it like in one line. Arich, Abba, Ima, Za, and Nok. Okay? I'm going to make a black circle around it so you know these are the 5 systems. Okay? Inside Ak. You see how Arich is the tallest?
Yeah.
Because he's the Keter. He's the top. He's corresponding which world? Ak, because Ak is also the highest world. Okay? There's 5 systems, right? Now, these 5 systems are in every world.
So that diagram would go into
Atzilut. It will go in Bria. It will go in Yetzirah. It will go also. I just can't draw it.
Right,
I can't draw in 3D.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? You have a picture? Yeah, great. Good. You have a picture in there? Great. Yeah, that's too. It's too. Yeah, it's too deep. Maybe one day we're gonna make like a.
Tabla.
Yeah. Every one of these partsufim, guys, has 10 sefirot. Okay? So, Arich has Keter Chochma Bina Chesed Gevura Tiferet Netzach Hod Yisod Malchut. Abba has Keter Chochma Bina Chesed Gevura Tiferet Malchut. Bina has Keter Yisod. Exactly. Each one has, Gabriel, 10 sefirot. So let's repeat. There's 5 olamot. Ak, Atzilut, Biriya, Yetzira, Asiya. Every olam has 5 partsufim. Arich, Abba, Ima, Za, Enok. Every partsuf has 10 sefirot. Keter Chochma Bina Chesed Gevura Tiferet Netzach Hod Yisod Malchut. Nukva.
So Atzilut and Ak together.
Okay, let's do this.
Atzilut is mitlabesh ana.
He's the one that's
Clothes
But
ana.
they put that together.
What do you mean? Yeah. Oh, in the name of God. Correct. Okay.
Okay, can we do this? Okay. System we have Ak, Atzilut, Bria.
Now you see these 5 partsufim: Arich, Abba, Ima, and Zun.
Yeah, that's in every system.
In Ak.
Right.
Yeah, in Ak. I'm not allowed to talk about him in partsufim. So what do? I translate. Instead of partsufim systems, I'm gonna say shemot. Names.
Yeah.
What are those names?
The ones that we went through.
Ab, Zag, Mein, Ben. But there's supposed to be 5.
But where's
The 5th one doesn't have a name.
Is that the lowest or the
Highest.
highest? The highest.
Does the hell is not allowed to?
It doesn't have.
Doesn't
It's
have.
not Ari, that's the one.
Yeah?
That's what we're calling Ari.
The Arich.
You can't
Arich.
say that.
It doesn't have a name.
It's just Ari.
The 5 systems of Ak, you see the
Yeah.
ones that I circled
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Ak, we're not allowed to say Arich, Abba, and Ima of Ak. I'm not allowed to say that because I'm materializing it too much. I don't know what the heck I'm talking
You're
about.
allowed to say the combination like Ben.
I'm not allowed to say Ab, Zag, Mein, Ben.
It doesn't
The question is, how come
Huh?
Ak
At
has
that
a
moment,
bigger number
parts
than
don't
Ak?
exist.
Right now, yeah, not yet. We're just gonna start getting into the existing of Ab, Zag, Mein, Ben.
What's the why?
Of Ak.
What's the
Why is Ben smaller value than
Higher value than Ma.
Yeah.
It's a very good question. We're gonna get into it. B'ezrat Hashem. Shem Ben is the Nukva, right? It's the Malchut. Now, look at this interesting thing. Ben
52.
52 is really 26 times 2,
52, that's correct.
right? Now we know that the Shekhinah takes always, she's a receiver. That name is a receiver. Always takes a little bit of everyone else. So she's herself, but she's also a copy image of everybody else. So she's 26 times 2, which is Shem Ben. That's also called the Cave of Doubles. Ma'arat HaMachpelah. That's why Adam and Avraham, Yitzhak, how many are buried there? Adam, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. 4. Where? And all in the Cave of Doubles, which is Shem Ben. You see, a person who learns Kabbalah,
You connect everything.
you connect everything, and you never have a doubt in your life about Hashem.
Looks
You connect
everything
everything.
differently.
Because nothing is left to coincidence.
There's no coincidence.
You understand, guys? So what our discussion next week is, Rabotai, how many minutes have we already been at this?
5, only 5.
38.
38 minutes. No, it's too much already. Too much info. Next week, I want you to erase from your minds Atzilut, Biriya, Yetzira, Asiya. Pretend I never talked to you about it. You should have those in your head that they, right? Now we're going to talk about the partsufim that make up Ak. And since we can't talk about them in partsufim, I'm going to say instead Ab, Sag, Ma, and Ben. The Shemot. That means when I'm thinking of those Shemot, what am I connecting to automatically? What am I moving? All those worlds in Shemayim.
All those what? All those
Worlds.
worlds. Of Ak.
Yeah, of Ak, of Atzilut, B'riyah, yes, yeah. Because
Every-
they're
all
because
in
those
one
5
world.
systems are in every single world, really. And do you know when we do this, Daniel? Pardon me. You know when we do this? You know when? When we say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and we take upon ourselves the 4 cardinal deaths. Those 4 deaths are corresponding to
It's family.
Av, Sag, Ma, Ben.
So which one's corresponding to us?
The worst one is obviously the highest name.
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
This is connected to Skila, stoning. Why? Because Skila is a rock. A rock is a yud. Right? Sag is fire.
Sell it.
Bina, a woman. Bina is Ima. What does the woman always do with the hoe?
screaming.
She's fire. She's screaming. She's yelling. Sag. Fire. What's srefa?
The vessel, like,
Yeah.
the vessel,
Ma-
the vessel that you pour from the.
Yeah. She's the vessel that the lead, the hot lead. She's. And where do you throw it? In the throat. Why? Nashim darkan litzroach. All they want to do is yell. Like this week's parasha, Potiphar's wife, Mrs. Zulika.
Get ready.
Ah, v'titzak.
She's interesting.
Shema is what? Keneged hereg. What's hereg?
Sorry.
Chop the. Shema is hereg. It's, yeah, sayid. Decapitation. Chopping the head off. Why? Shema means what? Nothing. You're nothing.
It's a sword.
Without your head, what are you?
The bow.
You're nothing. Right?
ISIS
And
all that very-
it's also a vav. Very good. Shem ben is what? Strangulation. That means every time I do a sin, I'm making, God forbid, a certain, it's an illusion, it's like I'm causing one of these four names not to shine. So what do I do to fix that? When I think in my head that I'm getting sikila, serafa, hereg, v'hainig, I'm causing the four names to shine again.
Okay.
Are these specific
Question.
sins for each letter?
Yeah, there is.
I have a question for you. Who are
Whatever the Torah says skila is chas shalom pogem in ab.
No,
Serifa.
it would be like Shema, like Kriyat Shema is either.
There is, right? You know the famous tzitzit is keneged the vav
So all this-
Shema is keneged the yud.
So wait, yeah, wow. So
Are you guys together?
beheading is with the vav.
Because what does like you said, what does
It's like
the
a
sword
sword.
look like? It's a vav.
And hang is like look at the,
how is a finite thing
Yeah,
can damage something?
it's an illusion. That means you're not damaging it for a bit. You just cause at that moment the spark that you were supposed to take out not to be taken out.
Oh, you left it there.
You left it there. Now the next time it's going to come to you. Now it's going to be harder for you to take out.
That's why people have pain.
Extra to
Because they don't fix it the first time.
Yeah, because
The
you put
second
more,
time,
you put more
then
klipa,
it's
you put more.
harder,
Okay.
harder, harder.
So Rabotai, remember, Ab Sag Mein Min. Baruch Adonai